Yup. What's good, y'all, man? We got new video shows. Jonathan Majors, innocent outside car evidence footage release reaction. Yeah, I saw on Twitter though, man. Is that motherfucker running? That motherfucker running from that girl. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I've been saying he was innocent. I mean, you know, I don't trust females anyway. I don't believe females anywhere though, but I mean, some niggas do. So, you know what I mean? But hey, I say he was innocent all along. You feel me? You see his ass running. She the crazy motherfucker. But anyway, man, about to see some details, man. And yeah. I mean, people been know that, but then people gotta like look at the video. You know what I'm saying? It's obvious.
What's going on, guys? Welcome to Everything Always. My name's Michael Roman, aka All Fires. It was an extremely eventful day in the Jonathan Majors trial in New York, as the Hollywood Reporter was reporting. And just an hour ago, quote, Jonathan Majors trial, judge releases trove of evidence, including audio of actor's 911 call, where they go on to report, quote, the released evidence, all of which was used by the prosecutors during the course of the trial, includes photos taken by Grace Jabbari of dark bruising on her finger and the cut behind her ear. The 911 call made by Majors after the actor found Jabbari in his apartment and said he found her, quote, unconscious. Body cam footage of the police officers entering the apartment. And most importantly, which we will include in this video, footage of Jabbari and Majors on the street outside their private car during the alleged event, including a video of Majors, quote, throwing...
Yeah, you know, it ain't gonna always be TMZ doing this, so...
or, quote, placing Jabbari back into the car, as had been respectively argued by the prosecution and the defense team. We have all of the evidence that was released, including that video. We're going to play it for you in full. Quick reminder to hit the sub button and leave a
I was on Twitter.
Comment on this video. We're still doing PlayStation giveaways. The next one is right around the corner at the end of the month. All you got to do, be a sub, leave a comment on this video if you want. Stick around to the end of the video. We'll get into all the giveaway stuff again there. Okay, so for all the reporting I've been doing on this, I can't believe it wasn't made immediately clear that they had this angle of the alleged event that took place at least outside.
It took a long time to show a video. I ain't gonna lie. Well, this angle though, they did show this angle though.
Side of the car, that black SUV in the middle lane where you can see the brake lights, that's their private car. The two people scuffling and now walking to the sidewalk, that's Jonathan Majors and Grace Jabbari. This was posted by the Daily Mail. The TMZ also posted this again. The judge
they left the door open too,
released this footage to the public, and this was taken off a cam in a nearby building. Now, TMZ also did their own coverage of this video and posted a slightly different edit, and they went on to report this, quote, surveillance video of the night in question surrounding Jonathan Majors' trial has been released, showing a scuffle between the actor.
A couple years ago, I ended up in a motorcycle accident. I didn't have health insurance at the time, and now I have a plan that keeps me covered.
And his then girlfriend, and a foot chase shortly thereafter. The judge has kept a tight lid on all the evidence being presented in court over the past couple of weeks, but on Wednesday, he popped the lid open and released it all to the media, including key footage the prosecution has been showing to the jury to prove their case. One video in particular is critical. It shows the aftermath of the alleged incident between Majors and his accuser, Grace Jabbari, after she claims he attacked her in the vehicle. You can see Majors and Grace Jabbari standing outside of an SUV, which is stopped at a light, in the middle of a relatively empty and
he running. She chasing him.
NYC street. Majors and Jabbari can be seen milling outside the car, seemingly talking, and eventually Majors appears to wrap her up in his arms. From there, you see what prosecutors describe as, quote, using physical force. Once again, Majors picked her up with both hands and shoved her repeatedly into the Escalade. However, Majors isn't successful in doing so.
Hey, I got more. What?
Shoved her repeatedly into the
he was running.
Wrap her up in his arms. From there, you see what prosecutors describe as, quote, using physical force. Once again, Majors picked her up with both hands and shoved her repeatedly into the Escalade. However, Majors isn't successful in doing so. Soon, he lets go and bolts away from her, and Jabbari quickly goes after him. The pursuit goes on for quite some time, it seems, and they go for at least a couple of blocks before Majors outruns Jabbari. After he loses her, she stumbles across a group of strangers on the street. They start to talk with a small crew consoling her. Majors eventually makes his way back and passes the group, with Jabbari spotting him, and he strolls by them. seemingly telling her to stay back and stay away. She attempts to talk to him, but he continues down the street and Jabari follows him yet again. Eventually, the two separate. Majors goes and stays at a hotel, and Jabari goes out to a nightclub. Okay, so I think there are some things that go without saying here in reaction to what we see on this video, but I'm going to come out and say some of them. This whole year I've been as academic and straight line down the middle when I've been reporting on this as possible. And as I've told you guys, every single video, he is innocent until proven guilty, no matter even what comes out during trial, because that's the nature of trial with sensitive information. And quite honestly,
I mean, I've been saying he was innocent, but yeah.
Until the actual verdict is read, he is still innocent until proven guilty. I will also concede that a lot of the
she about to get hit in the car. Damn.
evidence that's come out during trial, and on both sides, not just from Grace Jabari, but from
I know they was driving, you know, people driving, they're like, why the fuck these two grown motherfuckers running and shit? Like, why, you know what I mean? You think there's some kids or something? They two grown motherfuckers running.
The stuff that
and she chasing his ass.
Jonathan Majors was texting her. It seems like in very...
Why'd you chase her like that, man? Leave that motherfucker alone.
Unfortunately, they had a very unhealthy, or what a lot of people would call a toxic relationship. But at the end,
yeah, of course it's toxic.
The day, this is a alleged assault case, and I'm looking at footage here where Jonathan Majors puts his hands on Grace Jabari. I think it's pretty evident from the footage that she didn't have that cut on her ear, and who knows if her finger was bruised, because she was probably already intoxicated at this point, then going out to the club and drinking more. But still, this is an alleged assault case, and on this video, as clear as day, even though this was taken during the night, you can see more than once Jonathan Majors put his hands on Grace Jabari. I know the defense pointed out two instances, including one that does show up on this exact camera shot here, where Grace Jabari and the lady that was consoling her, Chloe Zoller, actually hug very close to the ear that's supposedly cut. And you might say, well, hey, if there was cut and blood going on right there, wouldn't that hug hurt her ear? Yeah, probably. So maybe there's a chance he didn't cause that cut, it came from something else. But this is an alleged assault case, so even though the cut and the injuries are what may have led to him being arrested, at the end of the day, there is now physical video evidence in court while he's on trial of him putting his hands on her. And I will say, you just don't put your hands on a woman. Like I said, I think there's some things that don't need to be said, but I'm going to come out and say them. And unfortunately, in this video, that's exactly what's been shown. Now, after all of this was presented on Wednesday, the prosecution actually rested their case, and now it's up to the defense to start calling their witnesses. It doesn't mean that the prosecution's completely done. They'll still be working on cross-examination, but it's now up to the defense to present whatever case it can in the closing days of the trial, which again was only expected to last 2 weeks, which would be up on this coming Friday. That being said, we still have no indication or knowledge of whether or not Jonathan Majors is going to take the stand in his own defense, and we'll have to see that in the next 48 hours. But there has been quite a bit of conjecture about what would or could happen with Disney and Marvel depending on the fallout of this case, and I think that there is a lot more now in sort of the court of public opinion for what should play out given this video's context. But you guys let me know all your thoughts down in the comments. As always, the discourse has actually been rather informed over the last 2 weeks, and I can't tell you guys enough.
But anyway, man, like it, sub, hit the bell if you're new, let me know what y'all think. And yeah, what y'all think about the case in the video. Alright, peace.